So the Clippers' first unit defense is way better than the second unit. You can see here that in transition, there's a mix-up and nobody's picked up Draymond, which means that Draymond can screen for Steph. So we have Kennard going to be too late on this closeout. All his momentum's coming this way, so Steph can just look at his feet and say, I can now fake one way and go around you. And then once Steph is past this man, he's going to force the help to come off the corner. And now we're not talking about Oubre or Draymond. This is Mulder, who is a professional catch and shooter, and he'll be open for three. The help comes, Steph makes the instant find. He eyed Mulder the entire time. Sweet. The Warriors are just attacking fast. A microscopic error dooms the Clippers here. And this is actually the first unit, so they should feel a little bad about this. They can't agree on who's going to cover Steph. Beverly is trying to quarterback this, saying, hey, Batum, you have to cover Steph, and I'm going to cover this guy Mulder. But the problem is that he's facing this way, where the ball is, so all the ball action's happening here. Steph is in ninja mode here, and he's just going to sneak around, trying to play on Batum's not knowing where he is. So Batum takes a couple steps in to the paint here, and now he turns and looks, and he's discovered he's made a mistake. This is a lot of separation for Steph, and so he even takes another half step back. So nice find by Damian. Batum bolts out to contest, but now Steph can just fake him. And that's just because Batum lost Steph for half a second. Where is the line between extreme respect for Steph and bad defense? Here we've got Kawhi on Steph, we've got Batum just hanging out on Steph, we've got Paul George playing a drop behind the double. This has happened before, so this might be an actual scheme where you put two men on Steph and then you zone behind him with someone to contain the drive. That is a really incredible defense. You just have to be able to punish this defense. You can't let a team get away with this. Okay, Steph should find Draymond, and he should be able to run a 4-on-2 or a 4-on-3. There's the pass. Not a great one, but it works. This is a more classic lineup. You have Damian Lee, who can absolutely hit the corner jumper. You've got Mulder cutting over here, and he can absolutely hit the corner jumper. You've got Wiseman, who's a perfect person for the dunker spot. And then Dre has the ball. And then Steph is cutting around on the outside. I think Steph is hoping for the ball back, but Draymond instead is going to attack. The Clippers are pointing around, trying to talk their way through the switches here. You see all these hand motions here. Beverly has got to cover Damian in the corner there. This guy guards Wiseman, of course. And Paul George is going to say, I've got to cover this guy Mulder, who's cutting to the corner. This guy Mulder has been camped in the corner, and he's actually hit a three-pointer in the last couple of minutes from that exact spot. Draymond notices that Kawhi is behind him, and so he can just dribble down the middle here and score. He actually dribbles right by Paul George. Paul George could just turn around, but he just never expects Draymond to attack. Beverly's got 1 foot towards that shooter. This guy's attached to the dunker. He almost runs into Paul George on the way to this open layup. That is a really smart play from Draymond. This is the fake handoff that we saw earlier with Oubre. So it's going to look like Wiseman is going to hand off to Steph. So of course this defender is going to follow Steph, and Wiseman's defender, I don't know if he's going to try to jump out, or at least this handoff should freeze the defender. There's the fake. That gives Wiseman a half step to get past the defender, and then they have to foul him. Wiseman is getting better and better at disguising that, at selling that handoff. This is the horns play they've been trying to run the whole game. I don't think they've run it right once. The Clippers keep on jumping the pass, or they keep on doing really disruptive stuff. Corners, elbows, top. There's the entry, so this is what I've been calling horns short. So they fake the two-man game with Steph and Wiseman, but Steph is going to veer. This turns into a dive pop action where you have two guys that are running towards each other. It looks like a split cut, and then one is going to dive and one is going to pop. And so it's a dive pop straight into a handoff from Draymond, and Steph will curl around him. The Clippers just go ahead and double Steph anyway, so they use the same pick and roll principles where the screen defender just jumps out to try to stop Steph. So in theory, that means Draymond is free to do something good here. fact, there is a passing lane to Draymond, but oh yeah, okay, you see something interesting and depressing is happening here. So in theory, there's a passing lane to Draymond, and he can drive, but there's this annoying person here. What is Paul George doing here? He doesn't seem to be guarding anybody. His sole existence here is to frustrate Draymond's drive. And that's because he's supposed to be guarding Kelly Oubre here. Kelly Oubre had cut along the baseline, and Paul George said, I'll follow you this far, but no law says that I have to cover you. So I'm going to stop here, and instead I'm going to frustrate this roll by Draymond. So Steph stops. I don't know if Wiseman is supposed to be rolling in this way. He's gumming up the works here too. Probably after the screen. It'd be nicer if you were out here or all the way down here on the post. So Steph picks up his dribble, and now he's just stuck. And everyone's all bunched up. He can't pass to Oubre. He probably just chucks it. He does chuck it to Wiggins, and he's just going to hope Wiggins can make something out of this turkey salad here. So Wiggins ISO's up top. He's got Kawhi all fancy feet, and he gets past Kawhi. Whoa! And he gets Kawhi to give a really soft foul on him. He really bothers Kawhi for some reason. I don't know why. Steph with no conscience now. He'll do whatever he wants. So the ball just squirts out to Kelly Oubre, who is guarded here. He thinks there's not much time. He's going to create something, but it's unfortunate because Steph is completely uncovered. I mean, there he's just waving, and the ball does not come to him. So that's adding to Steph's frustration, I'm sure.